Taurus, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for mid to late January 2026. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know, I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Taurus collective. I hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My guide, spirit team, talk to me. What do we got for our lovely Taurus collective in mid to late January? What energies, messages, insights can we take a little peek at? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Taurus mid to late January. What's the vibe? What's the energy? Let's get this card out nice and quick. There we go. Okay. So we have this devil energy here. Now, don't get freaked out about it. It's not exactly the same as the devil within the tarot deck. There is this certain energy of temptation that shows up when I see it attached. So again, it's nothing that we need to like be super mega concerned about, but it is noteworthy, that's for sure. Now, before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the January subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, back into the reading. Let's talk more in depth about this card. So yeah, as you can see here in the image, we have like this devil-like figure in the background. We have this woman, we have this snake, we have the apple. So there's like this Adam and Eve symbolism happening here with this card. So yeah, the main overall vibe to me, especially if there are certain things, behaviors, thought processes that you're trying to resist, or habits you're trying to quit, or things that you're trying to fight against. When I see this card, it's like Temptation City. So again, for some of you, you might be having a lot of urges. There might be a lot of things where it's like, oh, should I do that? I don't know. Screw it. I'm just going to do it. That's like how this energy feels to me. This card can also represent addictions and stuff like that. And I do know around the New Year time, a lot of people try to set the year off on a good foot. But just know, like with this energy, there's a lot of temptation in the in the background. I don't want to say in the underground. So it's just something to be aware of, especially if there's certain things that you're trying not to lean into or things that you're trying to resist. Okay. Aside from that, sure, could we pick up on some of the devil-like energies that we see within the tarot? We could, where the energy is like kind of lodged in there and it's not really movable. But to me, the main thing is like temptation and urges. So we're just going to leave it at that. There could just be something that you find very alluring in this time, but we're just going to let them chill and keep doing what they're doing. Let's get into tarot. And yeah, I always say that first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Let's shuffle it up one time here for Taurus. Let's see what we got. And while we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. It did circle around communication for one reason or another. The reading was titled A Serious Talk. Now, to me, usually when I title it something like that, it's either a talk of a serious nature, so some sort of topic where it's like, all right, this needs to be discussed, or something where Spirit's like, hey, Taurus, you shouldn't gloss over this. There is something that you need to address. So like that's kind of the main vibe, or someone around you was feeling that way. So just know that energy could bleed over for a couple weeks. But we're going to see what shows up this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So only take what hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else, right? Let's get it going. 3 cards here for Taurus. What do we have in mid to late January? Yeah, so the communication card's still showing up in the mix. We got our good pal there, Mr. Page of Pentacles. It's a very good card for a Taurus reading, I'll tell you that. But we're going to get him set up right here by the amethyst. Let's get a couple more out here. So the communication, messages, talks, we'll dig into it deeper. Okay. All right. So 2 cards came out together. We got the 2 of Swords right in the center. I was getting a very similar thing in the Virgo reading. And then we have the 6 of Pentacles, beautiful, free-flowing type of energy right here on the back. So right now, Taurus, I will say that I'm feeling pretty neutral about some of the energies that we're picking up on so far. And we're just going to have to see how it all plays out. But let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, and we'll get into that juicy, intuitive stuff. But at first glance, you know, I always like to look at the elements first, because that informs us about the areas of life that could be highlighted, and it could also tell us how the energy is moving. Now, for you as an earth sign, this is pretty comfortable for the energy of the reading, because we have Pentacles heavily. We have the Page of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles. That's Earth energy. So that is your power element. That is your comfort zone. It's an energy that feels pretty cool to me. It feels pretty chill. And I've been kind of picking that up in other Earth sign readings recently. Doesn't mean everything's perfect, but it's an energy that's workable. Now, when it comes to Earth energy, this could represent one's feelings of stability and security. So maybe some of you are just comfy, cozy, feeling good, chilling. It could represent earthly things. So think of like money, finances, abundance, investments, all that work related stuff, business related stuff, home and family. So when I get to earth energy, it's the world around us. Now, the downside to a lot of earth energy is sometimes it could feel a little stuck. Sometimes it could feel a little stubborn. Sometimes it could be an energy that's not moving to your liking. But we also do have some air, which seems to balance it out with the Two of Swords here in the center. Air is more about the mindset. It's more about the mind. It's usually very logical, very pragmatic. It could speak of intelligence. It's very sharp, very clear minded normally. That's what the suit represents. It is the suit of communication as well. And the downside to swords is the exact opposite of the pentacles, because whereas like this energy, the pentacles could be a little stuck, the swords could be a little too flighty, a little too unreliable. So it could also be detached and cold and distant. So we want to see how it plays out, but I would say overall we're looking okay. So let's go through and start building this out piece by piece. Position number one, we're starting not only with your power element, but one of your power cards. We got our good friend here, Mr. Page of Pentacles. Now, again, it could represent you, it could represent another earth sign. And the thing I love about pages is they represent students and messengers. So it's a fresh energy, it's a youthful energy. There's a lot of vibrance to it. So could we be looking at a message or a conversation? Absolutely. Could we be looking at a new interest, a new hobby, new work and career? Yes, all of that could be the role of the page, especially the Page of Pentacles. This is a great card for taking in a lot of information. So now is a great time to learn things or just like pull in information. So you could be thirsting for information. Like I need to know this. I need to figure this out. The downside to any page is that there's a lot of potential with them, but it's never a guarantee. Sometimes this card could be a little bashful, it could be a little shy, it could second guess itself. That's kind of like the downside of this. So we do want to look into this page much further. Now, moving to the center, as we'll get this page right back in his comfort zone by the amethyst, we have the Two of Swords. Okay, now classically you see this, it's a person there blindfolded and hoodwinked. They got the swords crossed, it's nighttime, there's a moon. Tons of symbolism around the unknown, the hidden. In the classical context, this could represent confusion, it could represent indecision, it could represent feeling like one is in limbo, like where it's like I'm just hanging, I'm in no man's land. That's what this card could be. In my style, I think it's one of the bigger cards of secrecy and hidden or unexpected, unknown, very similar to the moon. So that could be a good thing. Like sometimes good things come in without you expecting or realizing. But at the same time, that could also be a downside where it's like, all right, there's something I'm not seeing. There's a piece of information I'm not seeing. There's something I don't know. So when I have like this card that's thirsting for information, then see the Two of Swords. It's like, but what am I looking for? There's like a searching that's going on here. So whether that's external or internal. But yeah, with the Two of Swords, it could just, I mean, all twos could be decisions and being at a crossroads. But a big thing with the Two of Swords is like either secrecy or hidden, unexpected energy. Now, moving to the back end, and the reason I'm not very concerned about all that is because we end off with a very good card. We got the Six of Pentacles, and we see this individual just giving away those pentacles. Usually, this is really nice. It's calm, it's a balanced type of energy. It could also be karmic in nature because there is a scale there, but it's giving. It wants to give its energy to something. So I do like it. It's usually great when it comes to money. This is a card of balance and fairness, equality. So again, whether you're in this very giving mindset, it doesn't always have to mean you're like giving energy away. It is charitable. This is a very giving, charitable type of energy, but it doesn't mean you're throwing your pentacles down the drain or anything like that. To me, if we're talking relationships, there's something or someone I want to give energy to, I want to give effort to. So that's good. Now, the downside to this is that sometimes it could be an energy that does a little too much, gives a little too much, or is a little too nice, where it kind of drains itself to give to others. So that's something we want to watch out for. And it could also sometimes represent inequality or something that's not balanced. And it is one of my cards of gift giving too. But I want to dive deeper on all of it, Taurus. Let's do it. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here. And yeah, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation. I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on the page, see what that has. And yeah, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Taurus, you can drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, why is the Page of Pentacles here? Why is the page here? Thank you. Wow. Okay. I mean, you don't get much better than this, my friends. We got the Ten of Cups in the upright. This is either like some really amazing, exciting news. I mean, I can't help but think that this is something either you've been waiting on, hearing about, or just something that really warms your heart. This is a beautiful energy. And again, you don't get much better than this. The Ten of Cups is one of the cards of wish fulfillment. This is claimable to the maximum. I'll tell you that. Now, for a portion of you, if there's someone or something you want to talk about or you've been wanting to speak to, this could be very good, especially around communication, because to me, it's like I'm either discussing something I want to speak about or I'm receiving good news. It's like I'm catching a lucky break. So for some of you, could this be good news, exciting news? For sure. The Ten of Cups, you see how happy they are, right? There's the big rainbow in the sky, 10 full cups, happy family home. It's a sunshiny day. So, like, I can't think anything negative here. Now, this is a very emotional type of energy. So, with the Page of Pentacles, is this like an emotional talk, message, conversation? Maybe. But to me, I can't just help but think wins, victories. Now, for some of you, could it be work related? Yes. Could it be personal, relationship related too? Absolutely. It's either, it just feels like it's coming to you. That's the big thing where it's like, it's coming to me. It's coming to me. So I think it's great. I think it's claimable. I don't even think we need to overthink it. It's either some really good, great, exciting news or just a win or victory where it's like, I am happy about this. So let's hope that holds up. We're going to keep going. Let's go in on that Two of Swords. Let's go in on that Two of Swords. It really made me feel happy when that card came out. So why is the Two of Swords here? What's this unknown that we have? Okay. Okay. And then action out of the blue. All right, so we have the King of Wands in the upright. It doesn't feel bad to me. It's just someone doing something just completely out of the blue. So if there's like somebody you're connected to where you might feel like they've been acting a little different or just something seems a little different. When I see the Two of Swords with the King of Wands, it's like, all right, I'm not waiting anymore. I'm just going to act, or I'm not going to overthink it. I'm just going to do it. This to me is kind of like an energy that encapsulates the Fool card to me, where it's just making a move. So could this be unexpected, surprising action? Sure. Could it be explosive with the fire air combination? Sure. To me, it's just an energy that's not thinking things through, which doesn't have to be a bad thing. But yeah, the Two of Swords, King of Wands, it's like, yeah, no, I don't even need to think about it. I'm just going to do it. Like it's a split decision type of energy as well. So it feels like very unexpected action. Now, I think it's good for the most part, but for some of you, if you're in this energy and then this energy comes in and it's acting like completely, you know, I don't want to say confrontational, but different than this front end energy, it's like, all right, well, what's going on? Like this energy is so good and smooth. Why'd you do that? So I'd say, yeah, the main thing is if somebody you know or someone you're connected to is acting a little different, this energy feels a little wild to me. So to me, it does feel like that unexpected, surprising action type of energy. But it's like, yeah, no, I don't even need to think about it. I'm just going to do it. Um, it doesn't feel reckless, but it just feels like, all right, that was fast. So let's keep going. Like split decision, not even thinking it through, where it's like think, act. Let's go in on the Six of Pentacles. I mean, I guess it depends on what your situation is. Like, I'm not concerned by it. It just feels like it's fast, like it happens very quick. Let's go in on the Six. Good. And then it works out. So remember I was saying about the Two of Swords that it reminds me of the moon. Now we have the moon showing up here. So big Pisces energy, could also be Cancer, depending on what's going on. To me, it's just like energy working in the background and aligning for you, even if you don't see that it is. That's like the big thing I'm picking up. You ever hear of like divine timing? And listen, I know Tauruses are usually very pragmatic individuals. Um, But there's something about this where it's like divine timing, things working in the background and lining up for you, things conforming for you, where the universe isn't working against you, it's working for you. Because like there's all this energy, especially after this, where the vibration is really high and really good. It's like things just start happening, things just start falling into place. And I saw something similar in the Capricorn reading this week, I believe, where it's like one thing goes right, then another that causes another thing to happen, then this happens. It's like win, win, win in a way. Now, the moon, remember what I was saying about it. It's very similar to the Two of Swords, very subtle, very quiet. If this isn't a person you're connected to, it's unexpected and surprising. So remember, we saw the action that's out of the blue. It's like we have the trigger, we have the action, we have the result. And it all needed to happen a very specific way. So there could be certain things, situations you're dealing with where there could be some sort of divine timing or karmic timing. So whether it is a karmic situation, to me, I'm getting a breakthrough on the back end where it's like, but it was set into motion a long time ago. Okay, where it's like, no, you didn't just set it into motion. You're not going to set it into motion this week. So these events were set in motion long ago, and it's like certain things just needed to happen for it to line up. And I'm getting very specific, so only take it how it hits for you. But I love the end result here because it's like getting what you want, and you're not seeing how or why it happened. It just does. So I think it's great. I think this is a claimable energy. But let's go through and do a quick recap. Then we'll get into the shadow. So a lot of nuance, even though there's a lot of great stuff here. But if you look here in the box position, number one, we got the Page of Pentacles with the Ten of Cups in the upright. So as I mentioned, this is a win, victory, blessing. It could be some great news coming in, or a conversation that just makes you feel good. I like it a lot. But that win or victory leads to this, the Two of Swords with the King of Wands, where it's like, yeah, I'm not even going to overthink it. I'm just going to do it. So could that be like surprising action or explosive action? Sure. Where I'd say the only thing to watch out for is if someone you're connected to is acting different than they normally do, because this energy is just acting differently. Moving to the back end, we do have the Six of Pentacles with the moon in the upright. So I see energy working in the background for you, not against you. So I do see something paying off or going your way in the end, but there's something here about like karmic timing, divine timing in whatever situation you're dealing with, where it's like something was set into motion a long time ago, then this was happened, and then that happened. It's like the butterfly effect, if that makes sense. So hopefully this is a winner victory that's coming in that's been set into motion a long time ago. But yeah, please take a screenshot if you want to look into it further. Let's see what's in the shadows. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here. And yeah, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge, they could be a good thing too. So let's get you one. And yeah, if you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. Okay, let's get this shadow card out. What do we got? For Taurus. Cool. Yeah. All right. So I'll take this all day because it showed up within the main part of the reading. So we have the Ten of Cups, even showing up in the shadows. So Ten of Cups, Ten of Cups. It is a very consistent theme, and it does even go way back to that oracle card that we had in the beginning about temptation, because this is the shadow side of this card. Now, the great thing about the Ten of Cups, it's happy. Remember, this is in the shadows. So with all the things that we're seeing, energy working in the background for you, and I see the Ten of Cups in the shadows, it's like something is working for you, even if you don't realize it. There's an energy conforming for you right now in the background, which I think is great. I think it's claimable. So this could be a win that's coming in out of the blue, like we saw within the main part of the reading. But yeah, the downside of the Ten of Cups could be just a little too overindulgent. So just like we said in the very early part of the reading, this isn't me saying like, oh, don't count your chickens before they hatch. It's more so like, enjoy yourself, enjoy the finer things in life, but don't overdo it. There could be something that spirit doesn't want you to overdo it with. So we're just going to leave it at that, Taurus. That's what I have for you this week. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details. The January subscriber surprise. If you would like further insight on your situation, or if you'd like to see what 2026 has in store for you, you can book a personal reading with me at my website, mastermetaphysics.com. The January schedule's already up, so you could go check it out and see what's available. It's going quick, but for the January subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 3 copies of one of my favorite decks. the Everyday Witches Tarot. It's absolutely adorable and is great for readers of all skill levels. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's two simple things. As always, my friends, first, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments from today's reading which card spoke to you the most. Even if the reading didn't quite hit, which card was giving you those warm and fuzzies or really caught your attention. You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.